we were just talking about super teams. It almost gets the feeling what LeBron said, Dennis, is that, hey, if you can't beat them, you got to join one. Do you think that's what LeBron is saying? I'm going to just join a hey, don't begrudge me if I join a super team.
Well, to that point, Dan, I don't think LeBron is going to leave this time around, because I think LeBron is so cerebral, and he's looking around, he's saying, do I leave and go to L.A. or do I go to the Clippers, which I think is very enticing if you sit down with Ballmer, Jerry West, and now Doc Rivers. It's interesting. But I don't think LeBron wants to start completely over again at 33, 34 years old.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, I've talked to Clay numerous times. Clay, do you want to leave? And just like he said in the Western Conference Final, he says, I get paid handsomely. I'm playing with Steph Curry. I'm playing with Kevin Durant. Why would I want to leave?
I know.
I'm competing for a champion. I'm competing for a championship every year. So why would I leave to, so unquote, be the man?
I'm looking at the scenarios here for LeBron, and I'm with you. I think LeBron stays one more year in Cleveland because he's just not sure how everything is going to shake out. Where's Kawhi Leonard? Where's Paul George? What happens in the draft? What does Houston do with Chris Paul? Philadelphia's situation is fluid right now. So I just get the feeling that he's going to go, let me sign up for one more contract, one more year here, and take another run, and then decide to leave after that. What do you think of that scenario?
And the reason that makes sense, Dan, because wherever he leaves, if there's not enough talent where he goes, why leave? You still have Kevin Love. You have the 8th pick. There's some other movements that obviously Kobe Alton and Dan Gilbert have to agree to it, but there's moves that you can make to keep LeBron happy to stay versus him leaving and starting all over again.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the fits here as well, and you know better than I do. LeBron in Houston, I can play with my teammates, but if we sort of like to have the ball, a lot, it doesn't fit. Philadelphia, now, what is Ben Simmons' role if you go in, and then is Joel Embiid a role player with LeBron? Those don't make sense to me. The Lakers are a year away, I think, from really sort of getting their head above water and being maybe a legitimate contender, not challenger to Golden State, but so that's why I look at this and I go, unless Kevin Durant's coming down the coast, I just can't imagine LeBron going, let me go to the Lakers.
And if you go to the Lakers, Ball has to leave, Ingram has to leave, Kuzma has to leave. All that young talent has to leave the Lakers because there's no way you can keep it, bringing in LeBron, or if you do trade for Kawhi Leonard, to your point, or if you can entice Paul George to leave Melo and Russell Westbrook to go back to California, so to speak. So all those scenarios you just said, Dan, doesn't make sense. Along with Philadelphia, I love Ben Simmons. But the reason we do, Dan, because the ball's in Ben Simmons' hands. If LeBron goes there now, the ball goes out of Ben Simmons' hands.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.